Hello everyone and welcome back. Man, that rain started yesterday morning. Brandon and I went to Aiken and got another load of stuff. Trailer load of stuff. The back of my truck is full, the back seat of my truck is full. And we left early in the morning and got there, and when we left there, it was just a few sprinkles while we were there. I mean, I dug up grapevines and just got a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I still have another one or two more loads, and by the time we got 5 minutes away from there, it started downpouring, and as I had my windshield wipers on as fast as they would go. And it was like that pretty much the whole hour and 15-minute drive home. It rained all day yesterday into last night. We got over 2 inches of rain here, and now today it got windy. And it's been gusting all day. About 4:30 this morning when I got up, it was not windy. By 6 o'clock it was starting. Right now it's 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm just getting the trailer unloaded from yesterday. And the sun will come out like this here. And then once in a while it'll get misty, but it's windy. And I was out here for, I don't know, probably an hour and a half unloading that trailer. I went inside to get a drink of water. Power's out. It's like crap. With all that rain, the sump pump in the basement goes off about every 2.5 minutes. Go down there, sure enough, sump pump's, coming over the top. Had to get that plugged into the battery bank down there. And then I usually, when it happens like this, it's a tree that went down somewhere, so it could be a long term. So I drug the generator over, and now I've got it plugged into the generator. I only have the pump hooked up to the generator right now, but if this were to go on for a long time, which I don't expect it's going to be like in the wintertime when there's so much snow and they can't get to it. But if it did, I'd plug more stuff in. But for right now, just that pump is going, and I'm still trying to get that trailer unloaded. The reason I'm standing in here is because there's no way I could talk and film out there at the same time. See if I can block this wind with my glove. There's my grapevines. That's about half of them. I got a bunch more to dig up. We got all these crates. Today I went to L&M and I bought those landscape timbers right there. Back of my truck is full to the top with these crates. Those are all the hoop pieces for the greenhouse. Got my 2 pieces of drag over there. And that's not quite half of all the panels. I have 2 of the panels up front for a project we're going to be doing. Looks like the power came back on. what I'm doing right now, and I explained this in a video when I was first taking this down, you know, this pole goes into this one, but over all the years it's been sitting there with the wind shaking, it has caused a bulge on both sides of the bolt underneath. So once I get the bolt out, which isn't a big deal, I can't pull it out because the bulge hits here. So first I tried grinding it, but I'm going to go through $100 in grinding little stones to try to get that out. But by taking a drill bit and then just going sideways, and I did break one of the bits, but then I can grind this out and I get it, you know, pulled out. I even had to drill a hole here and hit it. I'll go in here to get out of the wind. It is dying down, which you can see right here, and then I just hit it with the punch and it slowly pulled it out. But you see I had to grind this. See, going back in will be easy. I can just put this on the grinder and get the rest of it where it's bulged up right there. And I thought, okay, well, what I'll do is I'll get the pipe like the one that slides in right here and put a new one down and then just slide this down in there. Well, that's not going to work either, because once I drive that in, that pipe is going to be full of dirt. So then when I try to slide this one in, I still have to pound this one down in there, which I can't because the hoop is attached to it. There's no way to pound it. So it's just going to take some time. The first one took about 11 minutes. Second one took about 8 minutes. And I'll get it down there and kind of refine how I do this. It sucks, but the price on that greenhouse was right. So a little bit of work here isn't going to be that big of a deal. It's just a lot of them to do. Well, Melissa and I were just out here figuring this out. I'm going to do this arbor type thing. I've got another panel there, so 2 panels wide. The other panel will go on this side. Has to be higher in the air, so those landscaping timbers I got, I'm going to build up, over and down so I can lift this up. I want that to be probably 7 or 8 feet tall. And then we'll plant all of the grapevines along here. And then they can grow up and eventually take this all over, which is exactly what they did at the farm that we were just coming from, where we got the greenhouse. They had one of these, and that's where those grapevines came from. Most of them. We have some other ones too to plant. So that'll be a project. I got to do this in the next couple of days because I need to get those grapes planted in the ground. So we're going to go in there and see. Melissa thinks it should be really high, and it definitely has to be higher than this. And then, so we're going to see how high a regular garden arbor is. I think it'll be 7 or 8 feet. And then after this is all in there, you could actually put a little table and chairs in here, just a little one. Good morning, everybody. I see the grader is out here doing another attempt at trying to get this road right. I'm running into town this morning to get my hair cut. Stop at a couple other places. And then I'm hoping I can maybe get those grapevines planted today. We'll see. Well, obviously I'm out there building the arbor thing for the grapevines, and I don't know if I talked about it last night. I know I was going to look it up. They're supposed to be between like 7 and 10 feet tall. 7 and 8 feet is pretty common, so I'm going to get up close to 8 feet with that center. So now I'm putting the posts in, putting the cross members in. To do that though, I have to lift it off the ground about 20 inches to start my arch. So I'll put a log, one of the landscaping logs across right there also. And then I have to go and buy one more because I want one in the center. Those, for sure, it's gonna warp, you know. So I'll get one more in there, but I'm just trying to get this part up because those grapevines are in. They were basically pulled out of the ground with dirt, but also kind of bare root and they were old vines. So some of the vines that got broke were like this big around on the bottom, and then you've just got the little ones sticking out. So I kind of want to get those put in, and then the next thing is to get the garden part figured out, straightened out with the drag, because seeds and stuff have to go in within like the next week, because now Memorial Weekend is coming up. I want to get seeds in about that time, because last night it almost got down to frost. The night before we did have some frost. Tomorrow now it's supposed to rain most of the day. So having one real nice day out there. Today was the first day. It was about 2:30 this afternoon. I had to put bug spray on. The mosquitoes came out and they were just horrible. It's like they just turned on and they were attacking me. So bug season is here. I need to get some fresh hay in there for these guys. It's stinky in here. What I need to do is clean it out, but I'll put hay in there one more time for them, and then this weekend I'll get it cleaned out. Or maybe tomorrow on a rainy, yucky day. Well, it's ready for the metal candle panels, but I'll have to wait till Melissa gets home to give me a hand with that. Don't know what I'm going to do on that bottom, because I'll probably have to put some kind of fencing. I thought it would be closer to the ground and the grapes would just make it up that high, but I'll probably have to put something down there. It was more important to get the right height out of the arbor than it was to worry about what was going down on the ground. I got everything cleaned up before the rain starts. I think these grapevines, some of them have stuff started and some of them don't. I don't know. Like I said, there's more of them I have to dig up over there. I need to get some different fasteners to fasten this to it before I take that board off. I don't have any of the U-shaped like fencing nails or anything, so I will pick some up in the next couple of days. I should probably strap that one though so it holds. Well, I'm going to call it a night. I just ran the four-wheeler in that drag back here and did this whole field. It did smooth it out some, but it's 8:15, so I'm going to go inside. It's the afternoon of the next day. I went down and did a few things at Melissa's work with her and went out to lunch. And then I was just inside doing some cleaning up. It rained out today. It was so windy. When I was crossing the bridge, the wind just is starting to die down now. When I was crossing the bridge from Duluth, Minnesota into Superior, my phone, when I looked at it when I got to her work, said that it was 65-mile-an-hour winds. I had to hold on to the steering wheel with both my hands crossing it. The semi-trucks going over were going slow with their flashers on. There were some bike riders in the bike lane. They couldn't ride their bike. It was too windy. They had to walk it across. So it was quite the day. My dad is up at the cabin right now. He got up there, forgot his chainsaw, made it in without any trees down on the road or on his driveway, and then he texted me and said no trees down. Gets out of his truck and he's getting stuff out, and a big burst of wind comes up and it blew a tree over that landed on his outhouse. Luckily it was just a dead balsam, so it just broke and didn't do any damage, but it was a really windy day. Tonight I'm obviously out here cleaning out their cage, getting some new hay down, and they are going off of the medicated starter, which I had 25 pounds of since they got here, and they're just going on a regular chick starter. When we do our chicks, turkeys, ducks, no matter what it is, chickens, they all eat the same feed. I don't feed them different. Even when they're in the coop, they're getting layer or scratch greens, depending on what we're doing. I don't give turkeys turkey food and ducks duck food, not at all. I still can't believe how fast the ducks have grown. They were from the second batch of birds that we got a couple weeks after the first batch, and they are tall enough now so that they stand up. Their heads almost touch the top of the cage. Now watching that one duck on this side, it seems to walk and then sit down right away. Don't understand that, but they grow so fast. Look how messy the ducks are. And they drink that water. See how it gets everywhere? That's why we go through so much water. And everything gets so wet in there. They really should be in their own cage, but... And look at them. They're bigger than anything, and they really have no feathers yet. Just a couple starting on their wings. Tomorrow I'll haul that out and throw it into the big compost pile. Good morning, how are you guys doing? Need some water? Good morning, everybody. I was just out there and planted the grapevines that I have, and the two new ones that we bought we're not going to plant right there. We're going to wait till I go back to that farm, because there's like, I don't know, 5 or 7 or whatever plants left for me to dig up. So we have the same variety on that arbor the whole way through. At least that's the plan for now. And now I went out to the garden itself, and I've got the one greenhouse hoop, the bottom pieces. Watch your little toes. That one is loose, so I want to get that in so that I can start getting the rest of the garden in front of it planted. I didn't realize it was going to be so windy. It's nice that the sun is out. Last time I looked on my phone, they said it was going to be 70 today, but it didn't show this much wind. So I thought I better come in here and do my talking since I had to do chores anyway. Or you're not going to be able to hear anything. Just grinding down the rest of that little hump in the metal there so that when I put the hoop back on, it slides down real nice. You guys gonna be good till tonight? Well, it's 25 after 6 right now. Melissa and I have to leave at 6:30. We're driving about a half hour away. She found something on Marketplace we're going to pick up. And then we'll get back here. The mound is all mowed, which is nice. I did not mow the mound system at all last year, so it was thick. And where you saw where I was cutting up or mowing the raspberry bushes that never got us any raspberries, and there was a lot of yarrow in there. That we never mowed that. We always left them, so that was a lot to mow through. And the big Minnesota mosquitoes are out. Like right now, they're biting me. As soon as that sun went, you know, as soon as the clouds came, you guys think you got mosquitoes bad wherever you are. Minnesota got some big ones. Tomorrow I want to get the garden laid out and get the corn seed planted. Hopefully it's not going to be raining. Oh, the mosquitoes, you guys, you won't believe it.
Did you see those?
At the light, turn left onto 2nd Street.
Well, we drove to Proctor, Minnesota, and like I said, it's about a half hour away. Melissa was looking on Marketplace, and a lady had a wheat grinder for sale, an electric one, and it came with the 2 5-gallon buckets full of, I guess it's hard red wheat berries, and this bag is about halfway full. She already brought the thing in there. The grinder, and it was sad because the house was empty and there was a girl there. I don't know, I suppose she was in her 30s, and her mom had just passed away, and they must be cleaning out the house, and she broke down and just about started crying. And she said that her mom was known as the bread lady around that area, so it was an old house too. Sad, but I know Melissa will put it to good use. And this here is the grinder. She'll put it together later.
Where you at?
Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. I'm going to end this one now because the next one's going to be planting the garden, working on the greenhouse. You can see how I'm going to do it. Remember before we had the corner gate to get in when I fence it. We're going to do it right in the center here. And then you walk in to get to the greenhouse, and then the garden rows on each side. I'm going to have several rows of corn on each side, and they have to go this way because the sun comes up and goes down. If you put it the flat way, this row of corn will be higher and they'll get smaller as it goes. So anyway, you can kind of see how it's laid out. We're being able to plant stuff along the side of the greenhouse. I apologize for all the wind in this one, but man, we've had some windy days. I will see you guys on the next video.